Alright, a little bit faster this time. New PTB dropped. Includes new killer. Presumably 2 new survivors. Very exciting stuff. I just wanted to react to them first. And then shortly after, we're going to jump into seeing what everything does. Let's have a look at the new killer. It's the PTB, so it's free. You don't need to buy it or anything. It's definitely not this one. It is... Ooh. The Skull Merchant. Wow. I imagine there must be audio. Let's go. Listen to it. A hard difficulty killer. The Skull Merchant is a tactical killer able to place drones that detect and debilitate her targets. Her personal perks allow her to gain haste from pursuing obsession, force screams from survivors, and reduce their heal speed. Okay. Wow, what do you guys think about this? Well, I'm already seeing all the comments. Alright. We're gonna jump and see what this killer does and check their power in just a second. Let's see if there really are 2 survivors. Indeed. Ooh, we have Thalita. Very pretty, wow. Actually very pretty. And Renato. I'm assuming they are siblings. Actually very handsome as well. Alright, how about we take just 1 minute to find out what these characters do, what the power does, and then we explain it. Let's hop over to Killer. Alright, this killer is very beautiful, but she's also mad difficult to understand. She is a normal killer with normal terror radius, normal average height, normal movement speed, but has a lot of things in her power. There's no new map. There's the rework Red Forest and the rework Temple of Purgation, but they did add a new segment, like a new area to Shelter Woods, which is a very empty map that already existed. So we're gonna see the new Shelter Woods. So what is her power? Eyes in the sky. This girl has drones that she can set up very quickly. She doesn't get slowed down when setting them up. And they set up like a little area of effect. It works a bit like the Knight's Guards. If you're in this area as the killer, you become undetectable, which is a big deal. In indoor maps in particular, it will be a big deal. And for a little while, the drones will try to detect survivors. If survivors are within this area, they slowly get locked on. It's basically like being stalked by Myers or Ghostface, all right? I'm gonna set up a drone. Boop. So it's going to take a little second to activate. It's white. Now, bam. This is the entire area. If I'm here, you'll see very soon I'm undetectable. You see the smoke around me? And I cannot be seen by auras and stuff like that. And if survivors are here, they get marked. It's the same as Ghostface or Myers. They get like stalked. And if they stay there long enough, maybe one of them can come and do that, they will be insta-downable. So, okay. We have a friend who's in here. I can use my thing to find where they are. There you go. This little radar thing will show you who is inside your ranges. Okay, that's it. Fully stocked. Notice that there's a timer and insta-down. And this can apply to multiple survivors. So yeah, pretty scary. If it's been a little while and the drone hasn't found anyone, it will now go into inactive mode, and it will have like a little sweeping camera, which is super interesting. And survivors can try to disarm it. They can also YOLO and go on disarm it normally. Let's wait to see if that happens. I don't know if it goes into disarm if there's a survivor in the range, so I'm gonna take Saz out just in case. All right. Oh, by the way, you can also point at it and recall it to like pick it up from a distance. So that's really, really cool. But I'm gonna wait until it goes inactive. There you go. So now it has like this little camera. If any survivor runs into these beams, they will be detected and the drone will enable back. But if they successfully get through, they can disarm it. Anyone wants to give that a shot? Oh, they did it. No, did they? Okay, they didn't do it. They messed it up. Okay, so now they disarmed it. But if you disarm it, there is a cape. There's a trade-off. You get a claw trap, which looks like this. Anyone with a claw trap, you can detect from a distance, even outside of your active perimeters. So that's the trade-off. And also they cannot interact with other ones. So yeah, power is up. Yeah, I can take it off, chat. I can take it off. Hopefully you see what I mean. So do you get rid of it now? Can you get rid of it? Right. Right. So that's how this killer works. You find an area of interest, a loop, a gen, a loop next to a gen. You put this down. You don't slow yourself down while you do it. And survivors are forced to either play around it, hide around it, disarm it, wait until it's out, and stuff like that. You can also recall them, apparently, at any moment, like this, and get them back on your inventory. Remember that you are undetectable when you're inside the area of this. So if you set this in shack, boop. Let's do it. If you set this in shack, anytime you chase around, you will not have a red stain or anything like that. Let's see the animation of pulling. Oh, this is the new survivor Renato. And his sister, I think. Talita? Yeah, they were insta-downable because they were here too long. Kinda cool. Let's get a hook or something. And also, this is the new Shelter Woods. Let's have a look at it as well if you guys want to. Do you talk about the battery? Yeah, basically, it's like a timer, as far as I understand. When the survivors disarm the drones, I think of it like a big box. They have to do a little search. Well, instead of having to do a little search, they have to run around until the battery is out, and then they can remove it like you saw that person do, which is kind of cool. Ah. Remember, I am a normal terror radius killer. Now, you might have noticed that one of my perks has one totem. It's the one at the bottom. It's called Leverage, and it's now going to get another totem. Let me show you and explain to you what the perk at the bottom, Leverage, does. So Leverage makes all healings 5% slower per token. So right now, all healing is 10% slower. But only for 30 seconds. It's kind of cool. Token. Yes. Another perk that activates is Thwack. And if one of you could come and drop this pallet, I'll show you what Thwack does. Thwack is like an info perk that triggers when you hook someone. And next time you break a wall or a pallet, you see the autos of everyone around you, and they also scream, which will be very strong on Pig and any other killer where interrupting stuff is a good idea. And then the final perk for this killer, may I chase one of you guys for a little while? Let's chase Andre, I think. The survivor that you've chased for the longest will become the obsession after you hit them. So I'm gonna chase them for a little while, alright? Chase them for a little while. This is the new map. Cool. And if I do a basic attack... Hold up. They became the new obsession. That is the perk at the left called Game Afoot, which is very interesting. It's basically a perk that makes you a little bit faster when you break stuff, but more importantly, the person that you chase the most becomes the obsession when you hit them. I think this will probably replace Nemesis in many builds that use Explode Your Food, Rancor, and other interesting obsession perks. Kinda said the best for last synergy. That would be kind of the opposite, wouldn't it? I don't know. I guess it could be. I mean, I could hit him, become the obsession, and then go for someone else. So maybe in some way you can make it work with any obsession perk. Very interesting. Very interesting stuff. How about we switch to Survivor and we show you some of the Survivor perks now. There are 6 and some of them are stupid powerful. Hello. And we show you what it's like to deal with the drones. What is that? You guys want to see the Mori first? Yeah, let's do the Mori first. Uh-oh. Alright, you guys want to get out of the way? I'll make this a little bit clean, alright? Alright, a little bit underwhelming, I'm not gonna lie. But maybe with a bit of flair, it could be a bit prettier. That was very Freddy-esque. Alright, I don't think they were too impressed. Let's see what it looks like from the survivor point of view when we deal with the drones. Because I'm interested in seeing that. Alright, we're back. Very pretty map. We didn't explore the second floor. I'm gonna ask the killer to set a drone far away. And then just go away, I guess. We're gonna wait until it's inactive. And we'll try to go disable it. Oh, wow. There's nothing in there that looks like this. What is this even from? Oh, I don't know the password. I'm sorry. Okay. You stay. Oh, this glass though. Right. So that is an active drone. Survivors do see the range. That's good to know. And if no one's detected, it should become inactive for a little while, right? Let's see what it looks like from the survivor point of view. And then I'll explain the 6 new perks from survivors. The 3 on this character I think are the most important. I don't think you can crouch or anything to be undetected, so we just chill a little bit. No! I don't know if that resets it. Okay, so that's her timer. Okay, there you go. Well... Oh, someone wants to be brave enough and do it? Right, so she disarms it, and now she gets the claw trap, right? On her shoulder. Now, the downside of doing this is that you cannot go into other drones, and the killer can use her radar to detect you. I'd like to try it myself if it's possible. Oh! Wait a minute, what was that? I saw an eyeball for a second. Maybe it's an indicator that you're being watched. Ah, if you get the eyeball, it means the killer knows where you are. That's cool, okay. Interesting, interesting. Killer, could you set up another? I'd like to try it myself at some point. In the meantime, let me tell you about some perks. Can you also hit someone real quick? Right, I'm gonna heal this person. The perk at the right side, it's called Teamwork Collective Stealth. And after I'm done healing someone, both me and that person will leave no scratch marks as long as we're together. And maybe we'll get a little indicator. Oh, you wanna let... Yeah, okay. So the perk is active now, presumably. It doesn't give an indicator, but we should see, we should have no scratch marks. I also would like the killer to hook someone, because I want to show you the other perks. Alright, I'm gonna have a look at trying to disarm this. Kind of scary. Oh. It's like a little mini game, okay. And this is battery, right? I guess the batteries are the 3 dots on the arm and the 3 dots on the HUD, okay. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that. It wasn't explained. Wait for the battery. If I go into another drone, the battery comes back up. That's what it said. Yeah, if you guys want to have another look, that's what it says at the bottom. So, there you go. Remove claw trap. Another minigame. Okay, cool. I'm done. There you go. That's the trade-off of doing this. Now, I want to show you guys what happens with the perk on the bottom called background player. I need to unhook someone real quick. This is an exhaustion perk that is possibly the strongest so far in terms of effect. It doesn't give you 3 seconds like sprint burst. It doesn't give you 4 like smash it. It gives you 6 if you unhook someone. It's really, really crazy. Now you see I'm exhausted. I do have sprint burst. I don't know if it's actually gonna overtake it. We're gonna need the killer to hook someone, and we're gonna test it. Alright, let's see if it's possible. I'm gonna try it. Whoa. Oh my god, dude. I don't like this perk because it's almost encouraging the unhooker to just get the hell out and encourage the killer to just go for the weaker person of the hook. That is so stupid. But there is an even more stupid perk from Renato that I'm gonna show you. And it only activates once per game if you're dead on hook. So I'm gonna let the killer hook me a couple times so I can trigger it, alright? Bear with me. Right, so this perk is called Blood Rush, okay? It triggers when you're dead on hook, healthy, and exhausted. That's 3 conditions. It's pretty crazy. But let's say that the killer doesn't tunnel me and lets me heal like this, okay? Now, I want you to imagine that this killer is like a Myers or a Hillbilly, someone that can insta on me, right? Please chase me, killer. Chase me, please, 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 chase me. Sprint burst. Right? And when the killer's about to catch me, oh, it's about to catch me. Blood rush. Another sprint burst. Bam, and I should be able to do that. I don't know why it didn't get me my exhaustion back. But that should have given me another sprint burst. I'm still exhausted. That was a bit weird. It might be bugged, but the point is, it should have made me... Oh, I'm healed again. If you don't get caught, you're healed again. It's bugged at the moment. Okay, it might be bugged, but I want you to imagine just how frustrating it would be to let a guy that's dead on hook heal up, then you sprint burst after, and then you have another sprint burst. And then if you don't kill them, guess what? I get injured. And then you need to hit me again, and then maybe I have a styptic. This perk, I think, is really stupid. It's really stupid. It's stupid because killers that are already very fast, they're gonna catch up to you. The best killers in the game, Nurse, Spirit, like, they're gonna catch up to you. But the killers that already struggle or insta-down killers, they're gonna hate this perk, dude. So I really, really do not like it. I don't like it at all. I do like her walking animation. Can you chase me a little bit? That's her walking animation. It looks insane, dude. I love this. Yeah. The other girl's perks are really interesting. Can we show one of them? She has a perk to do gens a bit faster that is extremely weak, and one perk to do vaults in a row. We don't need the killer for this. You can stay back. To do vaults in a row. Actually, we do need it. It needs to be in chase. So one of you guys get chased and vault this pallet and keep vaulting it back and forth. We're gonna show what it looks like. You see? Basically, starting from your second vault, you are completely silent. Forever. If you keep vaulting. This is not a super strong effect, but it basically means that anytime you chase a survivor as a killer now, if they have this perk, you have to second guess yourself. If you go around the corner and you don't see them and you don't have auto read, they could have already vaulted back. And it is a little bit messy. Now, killer, if you could Mori me again, go for it. So it's like a quick and quiet that starts happening after the second vault, and then it goes on cooldown. Damn. No dignity in that. Whoa! Whoa! What was that zooming? Oh my gosh. Alright, let's talk about the add-ons a little bit now that we talked about the perks. Right, so we've seen a bit of what the killer can do. It's a little bit hard to imagine exactly how she's going to play. And now I'm just gonna do my live reaction to all of her add-ons, starting from the weaker ones. The ultrasonic trap speaker makes survivors with a claw trap, forgive me. Survivors with a claw trap destroy pallets when they fastball them. Claw traps with an empty battery gauge are destroyed when fast bolting a pallet. Okay, so basically there's a trade-off. They can remove their traps quicker to make them harder to track, but they also destroy a pallet. That's really good for a brown. That's a really good for a brown, especially if you catch someone that you know has a trap that just disarm the drone. That's pretty great for a brown. Wow, impressive. The high power floodlight. Survivors in a drone active zone suffer from blindness for 15 seconds after they leave and anytime they're inside. That's also not bad at all. For a brown, 15 seconds on blindness is removing a lot of information from potentially a few perks that many survivors run. Not bad. Not bad. Then we have the high current upgrade. Decreases the activate drone cooldown by 10%. I guess this is to make it faster, you setting up the drones. Makes sense. Decent for a brown, it seems like. I don't know how punishing that cooldown is. Adivalente, issue number 1. Survivors in a drone's active zone suffer from 20% smaller skill checks. Seems a bit gimmicky, but you know, maybe a skill check build is something you can do with other add-ons and perks. Then we have the stereo remote microphone. Increases the unhackable state of drones by 10%. I'm guessing that's a period at the start when you set them down where they cannot be touched. Cool. Not sure if super strong. The shotgun speakers. Survivors in a drone active zone have no skill check warning. Oh, that's very good. And that would probably be the one you want to run with the other one. 15 seconds after leaving the area. That's pretty good, don't you think? With Lullaby, so that they miss skill checks and it hits them even harder. Ooh, it's like a free Hunter's Lullaby. That's really exciting. Then we have Overcharge. An add-on named Overcharge. Okay. Honestly, behavior is just asking for trouble. Increases the battery life of Claw Trap by 20%. This basically means that anytime they mess with your drones, they will have to deal with them longer, and you'll be able to track them for longer. Not bad. Low power mode. Increases the duration of a drone's active mode by 10%. The active mode seemed to be extremely long, and you can activate them again afterwards, so this seems super overkill, but I mean, it's a yellow. Adaptive lighting. Increases the lingering duration of the undetectable effect by 20%. So when you leave your own area, you will become undetectable you will stay undetectable for a bit longer. Probably good, probably very good actually. Because I think that undetectable thing is going to catch people off guard. It's so free. Vital targeting processor increases the speed at which lock-on builds up inside drones active by 10%. This is basically the brown add-on for Ghostface that makes them mark faster. This is probably good. It means more pressure. It means that if you put a drone in a really awkward position and survivors are forced to go through, they won't leave like 99. They will become insta-downable faster. It's a green. It seems good. Powdered glass. Claw trap survivors you hit from the claw trap survivors you hit suffer from hemorrhage and mangled. So this is like sloppy, but if you hit a survivor carrying a trap. This might not be good. Maybe the meta for survivors will be to ignore the traps altogether and not have the claw traps, but I mean, the effect is good, obviously. Loose crew. Survivors in a drone's active zone suffer from the exhausted, and it lingers for 3 seconds. Ooh, that's kind of good, right? If a survivor is in a bad spot, you can set this up and you know for a fact they can hit you with Dead Hard, for example. Infrared upgrade. Heat detecting cameras. Anytime a claw is removed, the survivor's arteries reveal for 4 seconds. That seems to be good if you can force survivors to get rid of the drones. That seems nice. Brown noise generator. Survivors in a drone's active zone, that's the orange one, suffer from the oblivious status effect. Okay, this one's the first one that makes me go, what is this? You are out of the undetectable when you're there, so this is only to really mess with them a little bit. Interesting though. Okay. 15 seconds though, it's not bad. I mean, obviously you're gonna be in and out, so. Randomized strobes. Survivors that enter the drone active zone suffer from 5% hinder status for 3 seconds. The first time you enter them. Wow, okay. That might be a bit annoying if you spam it in chase. You can recall your own drone, so I reckon that if you're a very good killer, and you've already become really good at playing as this lady, you will be like setting up new ones, recalling old ones, setting up new ones constantly, right? There's no downside, like other than a little cooldown, you don't slow yourself down. So why wouldn't you be spamming your traps? It's as if Trapper or Hack could set up traps in chase, you know? Geographical readout. While in a drone's active zone, gain 2% haste status effect and 15% action speed bonus to breaking pallets and breakable walls, damaging generators and vaulting. Linger for 15 seconds. That's actually really good. If it lingers for 15 seconds, you can have this up like almost the entire game on and off, right? It's 2% haste, which is little, but it's still, and 15% almost brutal strength levels of stuff, which probably does stack with brutal, bamboozle. This has to be one of her best add-ons, right? Expired batteries. All survivors start the trial with a claw trap. This is exactly the same as the pig's tape, right? Increases the battery life of the starting trap by 150%. These claw traps do not recharge and automatically destroy when the battery is empty. Right, so basically everyone starts with a claw trap, which means that you can immediately pull up your little radar and find someone right away. It's like a free lethal pursuer and a free Ouroboros vial. It's like a free slowdown at the start. Not bad. Advanced movement prediction. Survivors that enter the drones have their auto reveal for 6 seconds. That seems really, really good as well. Just to use it in chase and just to, you know, use it as a denial area information collection. Now let's see the Eries. Prototype rotor. Gain 5% haste status effect when entering a drone's active zone triggered by a survivor. This effect does not stack and can only trigger once per active drone. Lost when hitting a survivor. Wait, forever? This is interesting. So basically, if you set a drone and that drone finds a survivor after it goes into the cooldown, if you enter that, you're 5% faster permanently until you hit someone. It seems a bit too much work. But okay. And then the iridescent unpublished manuscript. Activating a drone causes you to gain a 32 meters. Remember that you can point at them and turn them on, right? 32 meter terror radius for 15 seconds. One drone at a time. Increases activation cooldown by 25%. Okay, the activation cooldown, I really don't know how bad 25% extra seconds is. 25% is in terms of seconds, but a 32 meter terror radius on small maps with perks like Coulrophobia and stuff like that. This killer might actually be a bit of a skill check wizard. Wow. The purples do seem to be the strongest. I agree. Maybe a purple and a yellow and a purple and a green, some kind of combo like that. They look very similar, some of these add-ons. Right. So all that's left now, chat, is to play some real games, see how bad the undetectable is, see how difficult it is to actually make them make them exposed, and how they deal with the whole chaos of removing my traps, but also keeping, you know, the claw trap, and whether or not I can track them, stuff like that. Shall we do that? Let's go. Let's play a normal game. And thank you so much for watching this introduction to the school merchant. One of the more interesting and dense powers we have seen yet. Oh, for sure.